Now in today's video, I just kind of want to talk about some of the things that I actually had issues with the Pixel 8 Pro versus the good things that I actually enjoy about the Pixel 8 Pro. So let's get right into that video. Is the Bluetooth. I have Bluetooth issues, but not like you think. It's only when I'm using the Pixel Buds Pro that I have connection issues between my Pixel and my actual buds. I don't know what it is. Any other buds that I use, as far as my Soundcores or my AirPods Pro 2 or my Nothing 2 buds, which are my favorite buds to carry right now, I have no connection issues. And what I mean by that is when I take the Pixel Buds Pro out of the case and put it in my ear, it doesn't automatically connect. Sometimes it will connect, but it takes a very long time to connect. And if it do connect, it says it's connected, but I can't hear whoever I'm talking to because I like to transition from a phone call on the phone to my buds, and the person is still on the phone while the buds saying it's connected to the phone, and I'm sitting here hearing them on the phone and not on the buds. So I got to put them back in the case, try it again. Sometimes that's what I got to do to make it work. So that seems to be the biggest issue. Any other buds that I pull out, put in my ear, they're already connected. As soon as I open up the case and put in my ear, the person is talking and they continue the conversation. So normally I gotta be like, hold on, when I got the Pixel Buds, and I tell them, let me get my buds connected. I shouldn't have to do that, but I find myself doing that with the Pixel Buds. Other than that, anything else that I connect to this phone with Bluetooth has been fine. That's my only problem about the Bluetooth. Other than that, I have no other bugs. I know you wanted a long list of bugs and stuff like that, but no, I don't. I mean, other than, like apps and stuff sometimes be tripping and stuff, but I don't blame that ever on the Pixel itself. I kind of blame that on the apps itself, because there's apps that's known to always have issues, and there's apps that just absolutely just always work. And one of those known apps is like Twitter and Instagram. They get buggy all the time, Facebook included. Where a lot of the social apps, they get buggy. They're never 100% perfect on whatever platform that you're using. Somewhere down the line, you'll get bugs, but you never want to blame the phone for those bugs. So that's the creme of the bugs that I do have with the Pixel. So let's talk about the good. So what I'm going to talk about is basically my day-to-day usage and nothing that's like out the ordinary. So let's start with the first thing, and that's making a phone call. That is the biggest thing that I do every day. Phone calls seem to be clear on my end, and on the other end, I never had anyone complain about the call quality, and it's been pretty solid. And to be honest with you, it's been like that for all my devices, but it's been very solid on the Pixel, as well as using clear calling feature, which makes it even better than it ever was. And I'm glad that Google actually focusing on something like that, because it kind of makes sense. We really use our devices to make calls, but we don't think about that because we're always on social media. Another thing that's probably, I want to say, it's more subjective, is my modem. The modem in the Pixel is probably not the best modem in the world for a phone, and a lot of people have ups and downs with it, but I'm on T-Mobile, and in my area where I stay, T-Mobile is a great service to have. I have Signal 5G strong everywhere in my area, so I never really had issues, or if this modem is weak, I'll never really know until I leave this country and try the places, because I see most of the complaints are not in the States. But other than that, T-Mobile has been very strong here where I'm at, so I never really had any issues. And that just doesn't go for my Pixel, that goes for like one of my worst phones that ever had bad signal at my job. That's my iPhone. Normally my Samsung does really well in there, Pixel second, and then my iPhone last, but now all of my phones work inside of it. So modem issues is non-existing to me. One of my favorite features that I actually use every day to, photograph my daughter, video record my daughter, is the camera. And I'm talking about photos and video. It has been very reliable. And I mean, the Pixel cameras has been always reliable, but this is the first year that I feel like the video has really stepped up, and I actually love and enjoy using it to document my daughter's life and just everything that's going on and stuff like that. So I really love the camera, like, and using the 50 megapixel RAW mode is like heaven sent for a guy like me, because I'm a photographer. So now I don't have to ever rely on Google's processing, though I love Google's processing. Their processing is really, really good. but I like to add my own creative touch to my photos. So therefore having that raw mode and that pro mode is just heaven sent for me. And I use it all the time. So it's a daily for me as well. Another great feature that I like from the Pixel is now playing. So, you know, that moment you're in the movie theaters and you're watching one of your favorite movies and it goes off and then the soundtrack comes on or the end credits and you're like, oh man, that song is tough. And you could be like, hey Shazam, or hey G-Man, can you tell me what song is playing? Well, Google got you covered. You never have to do that. It's as simple as turning on your phone and looking at your lock screen. That's it. Song will be down there at the bottom, letting you know all the information that you need to know about the song. And they take it a step further. You can actually click on it and add it to one of your playlists as far as Apple Music, YouTube Music, and Spotify. I said those three because I use those three. All right, so you want to know which one I like better? I like YouTube, Spotify, then YouTube, then Spotify, then back to YouTube and Spotify. So you figure it out. But Now Playing is so awesome. I love Now Playing. Great feature to have. Instantly know what's playing. Save it to your playlist. Nothing more to say about that. This feature is that feature that a lot of people talk about a lot, and a lot of people say it doesn't work for them, and it do work for them, and it works better than any other phone ever. It's whatever. I don't know who's telling the truth, who's lying. Really don't care. But my experience has been the ones who said it works. It works. That's spam calling. Spam calling has been great. I mean, I literally put my SIM card inside my Pixel and I receive no spam calls. And if they do come in, they're normally set, they're normally sent right to like a missed call, like completely missed call. And I don't get, I could go look at them and stuff like that, but whatever. Spam calling is a really good feature and it sits in the background. That's what I love about the Pixel experience, is that most the features that we have inside the Pixel are set in the background of the Pixel. So it's like Google is telling you, go use your phone, enjoy it. We got you. We'll do everything else for you. Just go out there and have fun. And you're like, all right. This is also a feature, but it's not a Pixel feature anymore, but that's Material You. Actually, was it ever a Pixel feature? Probably not. But Material You, I love it. I actually love the aesthetics of my wallpapers changing and my icons changing automatically. I mean, back in the days when I used to be on Android, I used to always have a launcher and icon packs and just trying to set my phone up to make sure that everything matches, because I got this OCD with stuff that needs to match and stuff. So Google just kind of like made that easy. So now I'm kind of like stuck on using Material You over everything. And I normally just place the icons that actually change on my home screen, and the rest of them are tucked away in my app drawer for right now until we get better support with the icons, which I'm hoping that we do one day. More icons will be able to support it. But until then, I'm just gonna set my phone up so that everything looks nice. And here is a good example of what I mean by that, is that everything just looks nice. And that's what I like. And everything else is just tucked away. So yeah, I love Material You. Another thing I use on a daily that I love, that most people actually hate this, and it's okay because we all can have different opinions on things and I'm totally fine with that. But I love the notification tray. I don't care what anybody say. This being this big is the most useful thing ever. I wanted to hate it because everyone else hated it. But the more that I started to use it, the more I realized that Google was onto something, because me putting my most used switches up there and accessing them visually, easily, big, has been like heaven sent. Literally, just simple. I see it, touch it, see it, touch it. Big as day. Bigger sometimes is sometimes better. Smaller, I don't know. But with that being said, I know the people that do hate it because it's showing less information, but I feel like it gets me right to where I need to be because I put the most important stuff there to access. And I feel like that's where Google was trying to get people to do, and it's working. It's working, at least for me. I also want to bring up Google Home, right? Not like the app itself, but just Google Home, like the switch, the toggle, the notification in the shade over there in that area. I love that. Well, let's say this. I know that you can get it on like other devices and use the Home app and it just works fine, right? But it's something about it being built in to the Pixel that gives you a better experience. And I really love how it just fits with the Pixel and how good it works. And when I'm swiping down and I'm clicking on it and everything just kind of is there, it loads and it's already there loaded and stuff. I know on my iPhone it's a little weird in this iOS. Normally if my light is on and I swipe down and I see that my light is on in the house, but up here on the switch it said it's not. Sometimes I have to click it and then it don't turn the light on, it just shows that it's on the app now, and then I can click it off. It's a weird thing, but it happens. And Samsung, it's kind of like the same thing. Sometimes it just doesn't show that it's on. Well, with Google or a Pixel tablet, it's showing it live that it's on and active and stuff like that already, which is, like I say, that's the point of what I'm trying to get at, is like it just works better with the Pixel than it does with everything else. And the last feature is one of the most gimmicky features that you can talk about on the Pixel. Well, at least that's the term that people like to use, but that is the temperature sensor. But I love it, and let me tell you why. It came at a very convenient time for me. Literally just got a fresh newborn, October 23rd, Alita, birth on this earth. And this temperature sensor works tremendous for me checking the temperatures on her bottles. Thank you, Google. Thank you. So now I'm gonna go ahead and be honest, right? Will I use this beyond checking my daughter's bottle temperature? Maybe, right? 50-50, right? I'm not gonna say no, because it still checks your body temperature, right? It's just not approved, meaning that you can't use it for any medical stuff or whatever. You just can check it and see your temperature being hot. So I feel like theoretically, yes, I still will use it, but it wouldn't be daily usage. It'd be like only those moments where my wife, my child, or even myself feel like, my temperature's up and I don't have a thermometer. Actually, we don't even have one in here. We should, right? I mean, we have one for the baby, but not for like us. But still, this will come in handy. Now, it's not fully accurate. It's like maybe 2 or 3 points off, but it gives you a general representation of like where your temperature may be at or may not be at. So, it can help, because even with these smartwatches that we use, they're not 100% accurate. There's like a percentage of it that will be off, but it gives you a representation to let you know that maybe you might want to go seek some medical help or something. So just take everything with a grain of salt. Anyways, everyone, I'm sorry that I didn't have more bad things to say. I know a lot of people love to feed off the negative stuff of a lot of things, but I really don't have that many issues with the Pixel besides maybe some apps, but I don't feel like I need to discuss that with you guys. It's probably better to just report this to the developers and let them know, hey, your app is freezing, hey, your app is not loading, or hey, this and hey, that. Because one thing I learned about social media is that they feed off negative vibes and negative this. So whenever you show them something that's not fully working, they take that and they run a mile with it. So I just really try to focus on mainly the good things that these devices and everything, give us, because like I say, I'm from an era where we didn't have this type of technology. So I just grown a little bit more appreciated of everything that we do get. And I just really love it. So I'm sorry for the ones that came here and wanted a lot of negativity, but I just can't give that to you because it's just not happening. In my daily usage with the Pixel, I don't do a lot of things that other people do in their phones to push this tensor chip to its limits. I use it for what it was made for daily, and it has excelled in every possible way in that regard. So anyways, this has been Devon Digital, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.